Hi everybody, how's it going? This is Kark with what's going to be a very interesting video. You see, there were some fun times that happened during the recording of this video that led to a little bit of a problem. Namely, my recording ran into some various technical issues and all audio parts of the recording were lost. Oddball ahead, you can say that again. So yeah, I'm basically having to narrate this after the fact, which is pretty interesting because there were lots of technical issues during the recording of this. There are parts where the frame rate goes to complete shit, if I do say so myself. There's actually some parts where I was getting as little as 8 frames a second. I don't know what the hell was going on, but I got some massively bad frame rate problems on this video. So basically, this is the second part of the Shaded Woods. I'm just tooling around here. First, that's a curse pot. I guess I decided to just get rid of that then and there because I noticed it. Better safe than sorry. I don't know what I'm doing in my inventory right now. Oh yeah, that's right. I still had poison arrows on, so I wanted to get off those. So there's a magic bolt, which is completely useless to me since I don't use crossbows. Yeah, big thing to watch out for this area is curse. There are a lot of curse pots. The mobs do curse damage. Right now I'm looking for this curse pot because I know it's there, but I don't remember exactly where. It's actually up above me on the roof of that little bridge area. There's a giant basilisk. Here's the first of the frame rate issues. You'll see a lot of it right there. They'll be back. So I put on some really bad play here. You don't see it quite yet. You'll see here in a second. Here's the beginning of it. I just really... partially it's the frame rate problems. Partially it's just I'm still a little rusty, and I'm not quite as fully used to handling a big two-hander as I was previously, because I mostly used great swords throughout the PlayStation 3 playthrough pretty extensively, but I hadn't used them too much on PC, so I'm still a little rusty with the great swords here on the PC. Now that's telling you to break or attack now. What it's referring to is a curse pot that's going to screw me. It's actually on the roof of that area. I don't find it until later. But this is just me. Showing you that yes, I despise pots and breakable objects. They all have to die. No exceptions, no mercy. Human effigy and a bleeding serum. Bleeding serum is just I think it's either a thing that helps you resist bleed, or it coats your weapon so that it does bleeding damage. I don't really remember. I never use them either way. Bleed is really not a real threat in this game. It does very little damage to you. And it's very hard to apply it, except for a couple mobs. Like for you, it's almost if you're going to go for poison or bleed, I'll just say this right now: use a fast weapon, because these slow-hitting, slow-swinging weapons like greatswords, they don't apply poison or bleed for crap. They just don't. You need like 4 and 5 hits to apply those status effects. You need a fast-hitting weapon like a dagger or a short sword or something, else you're just wasting your efforts. So I guess I'm just making a ring adjustment here. I have no idea what I'm looking for, or what I'm doing. Maybe I was hoping I had a curse-resistant ring. Oh, no, that's right. There's a guy up ahead I have to talk to, and you need the Ring of Whispers equipped to talk to him. So I really botched this. So what curse does in this game is it doesn't kill you, it simply puts you in undead status. Puts you in undead state. Which, by the way, it will continue to do it over and over and over, eventually forcing the maximum undeath penalty on you. That was a decent loot. Ferrous Lockstone and Soul of a Brave Warrior. So I've got plenty of these effigies, so I'm just going to go ahead and restore my humanity. All the good it does me. Here I'm about to put on a bad play exposition against a crystal lizard. This is about as incompetently as this can be done. No, none of that's going to work, bro. Yeah, very impressive display there as I as I pull a Brad Shoemaker on a Crystal Lizard. Sorry, Brad. If you're familiar with Giant Bomb, you know who I'm talking about. If you're not, then you don't. It doesn't really matter. But at this point, I'm just kind of messing around. Some loot over here. While I'm thinking about it also, if you are into hardcore RPGs, and I do mean hardcore min-maxer, tactical to a certain extent, you know, abuse the system or be abused by the system RPGs, you may want to check out Steam and check out the game that's basically been running the Steam top sales charts for about a week now, and that would be Divinity Original Sin. It's made by Larian Studios. It's very different from the other Divinity games. I actually like the other Divinity games. So. Human?
This is no place for you. Be gone.
No place for you, human. I'll go back to my monologue in a minute.
Are you not afraid of me?
Why would I be afraid of you? You're just sitting there.
Those who do turn back when they see me. Or make an attempt.
I mean, it's not like you're not some badass killer. I just killed a fucking 2 stories tall fire demon that shoots fireballs and all this crap. Why would I be afraid of a dude who's just a guy on a scorpion?
We once had a master. He created us long, long ago.
That's nice.
But he was born with a fatal flaw.
I bet he was.
Those who had what he lacked and became fully mired in hatred. Eventually,
like everyone else in the Dark Souls world, he's pissed off about something.
It was at the peak of this madness that he conjured up we strange creatures.
Yeah.
Our master was a tragically lonely soul. Eventually.
Yeah, unfortunately I'd never actually talked to this guy before. So I wanted to actually, I never really talked to him in PS3. So I wanted to exhaust all his options.
What it was that he truly lacked. Nobody knows when we were born. Or where our master has gone. The only
and yes, the Ring of Whispers literally exists for one reason and one reason only, so you can talk to this guy. It's the only reason it exists. Which is kind of silly.
Ask a favor of you.
But you get some nice rewards from him as you complete his quest, like every other NPC.
My betrothed. Once, I always found her at my side. But as time went on, things went awry.
You thought marital problems in America were bad? Well, it was pretty bad in Drink Lake, too. Even in Dark Souls, man and wife just don't get along too well.
We have been locked in combat ever since.
She must have been a Type A lady. Really easy to hook up with, but immediately goes to bust your balls face the next day.
I was born of my master's madness. Perhaps this is some curse. I will be sure to assist you.
I apologize. It's not that the dialogue in Dark Souls is bad. It's interesting stuff if you want to listen to it and really get into the lore, but it's not very fun during a Let's Play video to sit here and watch me talk to this guy.
That is all that I remember.
I mean, if I really want to go the full Monty, I may do what I did back in the day for Demon Souls, and that was I actually made recordings of every single NPC, every word they say. And I'd have these big, long, drawn-out sound files. It would be like Garl Vinland and what he thinks, and it's like literally every single thing Garl Vinland ever says. But I doubt I'll go to that ridiculous extent for this game. I just don't care enough about Dark Souls 2 lore. Not that Dark Souls 2 lore sucks or anything. I do like this game more than Dark Souls 1 for a number of reasons. Miscreant ahead. Torch. It's what's for dinner. Merchant ahead, but this place again. See, I never noticed this. This is actually pretty cool. That's actually Vengarl of Forosa down there. I never noticed that you could drop down from there and get back to that area. I always thought that would just be an instant death drop or something. So I kind of rate that because I thought that was pretty cute. And, yep, you can't go that way. So over here is a guy you can use a Fragrant Branch of Yore on. Do not use a Fragrant Branch of Yore on him because there is a way to get over to that area. He's blocking off without actually unpetrifying him. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. He's like he's like the guy you unpetrify if you just have fragrant branches of yore coming out of your ass and you have nothing else to use them on. He's the guy you go use it on. But any other use of them is more important than him. Any other possible use. And I'll cover that here as this video plays out, because there's a few locations in this video where you do want to use a fragrant branch of yore. So here we are again getting cursed, and I'm like, where the hell is that curse pot? And it's up top. The power of common sense comes into play, because I'm like, if it's not on the bottom floor and it's not on the top floor, where is it? So that's what that message I read earlier was referring to, because if you get the proper angle from that spot, you can actually get a shot off on it. And there, I see it right there. There it is. So here I'm like, I've had enough of your shit, curse pot. Die, 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 die. And I move on. And I really would love to just roll through there, but it won't let me because the game hates me. Maybe I'm a little chubby, I don't know. I don't look that chubby. I think I'm actually the big head character model. I actually like the big head character model because if you don't take that one, your head actually looks a little too small, in my opinion. So I probably took the big head character. Now watch as I put on a terrible show of how not to do this. Because I'm going to be honest, I suck this up pretty bad. I do begin to get a little bit of a frame rate issue here. Again, I shut off my X, it's already happened once. See, that's BS. I mean, I don't know why I didn't stop to heal or why I stayed in his front arc. I really don't know. That was just stupid. What death count is that? I don't know. I'll pop it in the comments. That's death count like 35 or 36, somewhere in that range. I'll put a little comment up at that point. I think it's 35. Pretty sure. I could be wrong though. So now we're back here and we're like, damn it, we're dead again. This time I don't bother preemptively destroying that pot. I will smoke this pot though, Nia. So again, it's hard to tell, but I am getting a little bit of frame rate issues here. A little tiny bit. Like it's not huge. I don't know what was causing it. I think it had to do something to do with the sound recording, because I didn't have this problem in other videos, and this is the only video, believe it or not, I mean, this is the only video where the sound recording has actually crapped out on me in this Let's Play. I've gotten it pretty much down to a science now. See, that was stupid. I don't know what that stupid basilisk is doing. He's just like, I mean, I've killed like 20 of these guys on PS3 and never had much trouble, never got hit by them. I don't know what my problem is. I think it's part the video lag, which is a little hard to see at this point, but it's there. I was probably dipping to normally I run in the mid 50s or high 40s, and I was probably actually dipping to like 20s during a large portion of this recording. I was probably dipping to the mid 20s, so it was really weird for me. I know it's probably not going to look very different in the recording, because when I encode these, I'm encoding them at 29.97 FPS anyway. But it just felt really weird when I played it. And you'll definitely see, like right there, that's where it starts to get the hard hits, where I start dipping to like 8 and 10 FPS. You'll see that happen. And as I said, it's really beginning to chug now. And I'm assuming that is from, I don't know, some kind of glitch that was going on with the audio recording. Because at one point the frame rate gets so bad. I mean, I'm talking like I was getting 6 frames a second. It was insane. I just said, to hell with this. You know, I'm not going to continue to record under these circumstances. I'm going to cancel the recording and we'll resume here in a minute. Hopefully, you know, whatever the hell's causing this will be cleaned up. And within like 2 seconds of me ending the recording, the audio file crapped out and failed. So here's a pro tip, don't walk in the middle. That's why. Boom. It's a trap. Be wary of hole. Hole ahead. There's always a hole ahead in Dark Souls. A hole. Ah yes, puntastic, Kark, very puntastic. Now we're actually beginning to get to the end of the area here. Just swing, you're gonna die. I'm just doing really badly against these Lion Warrior dudes. As I said, I think part of it is, God, that lag, man, Jesus, it's pissing me off and I'm not even playing it right now. I think part of it is that lag, which is becoming more and more prevalent as we play. And part of it is I'm still a little rusty. But those two things combined, oh my God. So yeah, this is one of those guys you always want to use a Fragrant Branch of Yore on. Why do you want to use a Fragrant Branch of Yore on this particular guy? Death. Sesame. That's why, because there's a Fragrant Branch of Yore in that chest. So even if you don't care about that loot, you risk nothing by using it because you will get another branch right in that chest. So you basically don't lose anything by using it on him. And yes, there is no way to get that chest without using a Fragrant Branch of Yore on him. Man, that frame rate is so god-awful. I really wish I knew what the hell I did that caused this kind of crappy record quality and frame loss so I can never do it again. So I'm looking for a little hole here. There's like a little place you can fall through and I'm trying to find it. It's in the grass over there, but there it is. Yeah. So I just drop right down in there. And we get to meet everyone's favorite guy, except for Govlon. Govlon will, Govlon deal. Oh yes, Govlon is everyone's favorite. But this guy's everybody's second favorite, right? It's Dark Diver Grandal. One thing I'll say that's very interesting about Dark Diver Grandal here, he's the head of the Covenant for the Dark Divers. You meet him at, I'll say more than one thing apparently. You meet him at 3 different locations of the game. I'm going to talk over him because I don't really care what he has to say. After you meet him at all 3 locations of the game, he'll give you the option to join his Covenant, the Dark Diver Covenant, and the Seekers of the Dark, whatever the hell they call themselves. And you can jump in those weird runic portals there that are behind me that I just walked by, and you get like little bonus levels filled with really powerful black phantoms. And if you complete all of those, he'll open a 4th one where you can fight a optional boss. I don't know if I'll do that in this Let's Play or not. Honestly, I probably won't. I don't care that much about it, and that boss does not. There's no need for me to kill him. I don't get anything out of it. But one other interesting thing about Dark Diver Grandal is if you've been following the E3 2014 and trailer reveals, From Software is going to make a new Souls-looking game in cooperation with Sony. Not going to be a Demon Souls sequel. It's going to be Bloodborne. But one of the interesting things about the Bloodborne reveal trailer is there is a guy who shows up who's in a wheelchair at one point. He looks like some sort of weird cantankerous old caster type guy. And sure enough, the wheelchair he is in looks a whole lot like Dark Diver Grandal's wheelchair. Like really similar. So be careful of those orange blobs of crap, because that is actually because those are actual equipment degradation pools, and if you stand in those, it will break your gear. And you don't have to stand in them very long. It's very quick. Some Twinkling Titanite, nice loot. That door is locked. I'll show you where to find the key. I forget to come back here and open it during the video, but basically once you open the key, it lets you talk to Blacksmith Ornifex, who I'll show you in a future video because I have unlocked it. Blacksmith Ornifex is the other boss soul weapon maker, where what's his name, Straight of Old Phase will take boss souls and make spells, or might make weapons and gear. He'll take generic boss souls. Ornifex will take Lord souls and do the same thing, like big badass souls, not sissy souls like Straight will. So now we're basically back to the original beginning of the level. Liar ahead. Yeah, if anybody tells you you can make a jump or there's something there no. There's a reason that's there, and I'll show you, but it's not for jumping from there. You don't want to jump from there. So this is another guy you want to use a Fragrant Branch of Euron, because he is the one who, once you kill him, he has the key to that door I just told you about, that Blacksmith Ornifex is behind. And again, Blacksmith Ornifex moves on to place Tesseldor Cave or Tesseldor Cove after you free her, and we'll be going there in the next videos. So I'll show you her when we get to her. I'll definitely locate her during those videos. So I was thinking I could maybe go back and get her right then and there, but you can't. You have to kind of go back up here. So I want to sort of finish up this area. I've left a few things undone. There's just a few side loots and stuff I can grab, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Yep, see, there's the pot. Just going to take it out right here. You can see the frame rate is pretty crazy at this point. It's really chunky. I don't know how well it's going to show through on YouTube, but at this point it's gotten really bad. Like that wasn't me missing the jump. That was pure frame rate. Like it chugged right as I started running, and I couldn't. You know, it's just, I don't know what it is, but God, it was bad. I hope it never gets that bad again, because if it does, I'm just going to stop the recording right there and be like, okay, so we're restarting this. Petrified Dragon Bones are really useful, in case I've never mentioned what they're for. They're basically for refining weapons made with ball souls. So here I am breaking pots again. I have no pity for your conditions, pots. I don't know. What in the hell is he doing? Jesus, I forgot about this. What the hell is that guy doing? Oh, man. I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot that I saw that and recorded it. But yeah, now there's one other thing I can do to get one last loot. Frame rate really sucks, so I'm kind of afraid I'm going to die doing it, but I try anyway. This part's pretty easy. You basically jump from here off onto this bridge, and there you see the guy did not unpetrify. This is the area he was blocking off. You just go up here, and there's a basilisk, which apparently I can't hit through walls, even though my sword is technically piercing where he's standing. And some loot. Just some Twilight Herbs, which are caster items. They're for restoring casts on spells. And a Soul of a Brave Warrior, which is actually a really good soul item. And there's that guy. As I said, there's no reason to unpetrify him. It's completely unnecessary. So if you want to get back over, you have to jump from here. God, that frame rate. Jesus, it was bad. And here I'm like, huh, was this trapped? Is it trapped? Let's find out. No, it's not trapped. That guy just fat rolled off a cliff. So I open it up, and I don't even know what's in here. What was in this loot again? Black Knight Halberd. Not a bad weapon if you're a Dex character. I'm not a Dex character, so there you go. So here you make the jump. I land on this lip, and now you know what that little lip is there for. It's so you can safely jump from there to here. And that's it. In about 30 seconds was where the frame rate went to total shit, so I just cut it. This is where I resumed with no recording whatsoever. I'm kind of going up a secondary tower that I didn't explore in the first part of the video, because you have to go up that tower to sort of move over here and get this loot. Soul of a Brave Warrior and another Skeptic Spice. Good stuff. But at this point I was kind of pissed off due to the frame rate issues and the recording being lost. But basically you go up that tower on the right and that takes you up the stairs and then you can get that loot. So now I'm just standing here giving myself time to explain the fact that I'm pissed off. This is my version of the super exaggerated shrug, explaining why God, why me. But, yeah, I'm pointing down here because that is the path to the boss. That's the path we're going to go on now. We've basically done everything other than free artifacts at this point. And kill that crystal lizard, which both things I will do off-screen in another video, or not on video. So I'm going to run up here and we're going to go fight the boss. The frame rate issues are mostly cleared up now. There's still a little bit of chug to it. I guess it's the fog or something. Here's the benefit of talking to Man Scorpion Kark. You can summon him for this fight, and he's a bit of a beast. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he's got huge HP, and he can really hold her aggro. Just so you know, husbands out there, when you piss off your wife, it's for life, man. Thousands of years, Man Scorpion Kark has been dealing with his wife, and she hates him more than me by far, even though I was the one basically kicking the shit out of her. So here's his wife. I don't know why I'm stabbing the hell out of her right now, because it doesn't really do any damage to her. And look, she's a weird scorpion person too. Except she's bigger than he is, and she has two tails, not one. Just for the record, you can cut her tails off in this fight, but I really don't think you should, because she does that stupid move when she has both tails. It makes her really easy to kill. And see, he's pounding the hell out of her. He's just knocking the crap out of her. Tanking those hits. We're just tearing her in half because she's holding all the aggro. Oh, she finally decided to attack me. And she destroyed that tree in the process. It's really important to note that she does destroy terrain sometimes. When she goes underground like this, you want to stand here because this is the one spot she can't pop out from because there's no ground. It's just stop. That was lame. But yeah, we easily defeat her. Not that hard at all with Man Scorpion Kark. You go, Tark, you're the man. That is not Black Iron Tarkus, by the way, you Lorecraft idiots. Don't even try to suggest it. Two different guys. By the way, I'm just going to indicate this loot at the top of this tree. I'm pointing at it right now. The only way to get that loot is to drag her over there and have her do that weird tail whip attack and destroy that tree. That is literally the only way to get it. If she doesn't do that during the fight, you can't get that loot. But it doesn't matter because all that loot is a bonfire aesthetic. You're going to get plenty of those as the game goes along. It really doesn't matter. It's not important to go through the effort of getting her to do that. So now we're continuing through the level, through this really weird stone passage that is going to take us to a place called the Doors of Pharos, which we will not be covering in any video. I might do it as a one-off video. It's not part of the main dungeon. There's my buddy One-Eyed Man playing The Witcher Enhanced Edition. Hi, One-Eyed Man. Here I take a screenshot because I think that's a cool-looking area. Doors of Pharos is actually one of my favorite areas because of PS3. I was one of the rat bros. But yeah, it's a pretty nasty little area. It can be very, very terrible. But at the same time, and that was the first ever Primal Knight you're going to fight. At the same time, I don't really feel the need to go there. There's a Grim Warrior with a Grim Warrior Grey Shield. You don't really need to go here. It's not part of the main story. It's literally a secondary area. You could never go here and complete the game just fine. Bonfire lit, and we're going to call it a day there. So sorry for the weird moderation issue and the loss of audio, but hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. I will see you in another video shortly. Toodles.